Using nodal analysis, let's find the power dissipated by the 5 kilo ohm resistor in the circuit shown. This is a question I was asked by a viewer, so let's see how we can solve it. There's going to be a challenge question at the end of the video, so make sure you solve it to get a shout out in the next circuit analysis video. The first step in applying nodal analysis is to assign nodes. Typically, the node at the bottom of the schematic is the reference node, or ground. Let's call this node 1 and this node 2. The idea of nodal analysis is to write KCL equations at each of the nodes. At node 1, it's very easy to see that this current of 2 milliamperes is entering the node. Now let's assume that this current is leaving the node, going from 1 to 2, and this current is also leaving, going from 1 to ground. You may be asking, how did I come up with these directions? Well, you can just assume and go ahead with your assumption, but with some experience analyzing circuits, you'll start to get familiar with the actual direction of the current based on the polarities of the current and voltage sources in the circuit. With these directions in mind, let's write the KCL equation for node 1. We have 2 milliamps entering the node, and then two currents leaving. The first one is V1 over 2, and the second one is V1 minus V2 all over 5. Now you may be asking yourself, wait, I've got it wrong, because I didn't account for the milli by multiplying by 10 to the negative 3, or dividing by 1000, and I didn't also account for the kilo by multiplying by 1000. Well, I am, but it's actually implicit because the kilo and the milli will cancel out, and the resistance is the denominator and the current is in the numerator. So this may be a technicality some people don't notice clearly. So it's always a good idea to be explicit about it, okay? Multiply by 1000, divide by 1000, do whatever you need to do to keep track of the units. But don't worry, I have that in mind. If you're careful, you can do things my way, okay? You can simplify this by multiplying throughout by the least common multiple of the denominators, which is 10. The equation becomes 20 equals 5v1 plus 2v1 minus 2v2. So we can add like terms, and the equation becomes 7v1 minus 2v2 equals 20. So that's it. This is the equation for node 1. Now for node 2, let's switch our attention there. We see the current entering node 2, and that's the very same current we said is leaving node 1, this one over here. Again, this current is given by V1 minus V2 all over 5. But now there are two currents that are either entering node 2 or leaving node 2. Based on the polarities of the voltage sources, it is reasonable to assume that this current leaves node 2 towards ground, and this current enters node 2. With this in mind, we have V1 minus V2 over 5, which you've already written, plus 5 minus V2 all over 2, this is the current coming from the 5 volt source, equals the current leaving node 2, which is V2 minus negative 30 all over 10. Again, we're keeping track of the kilo and the milli throughout, so don't worry about that. Let's clear the denominators by multiplying everything by 10. This gives us 2 times V1 minus V2 plus 5 times 5 minus V2 equals V2 minus negative 30, so that becomes plus 30. And now we can expand the second brackets as well, and then group like terms, giving us 2V1 minus 8V2 equals 5. So this is an easy linear system of equations, 2 equations, 2 unknowns. You can solve them using substitution, elimination, Gauss-Jordan, Kramer's rule if you want to be fancy, whatever. The result is V1 equals 75 over 26 volts and V2 equals 5 over 52 volts. Now these numbers aren't very nice, but don't let this scare you. This is engineering, not math, okay? So the question is not designed to necessarily give you nice numbers. Just because the numbers are ugly doesn't mean your solution is incorrect, okay? So as long as you take care and execute each step properly, there's no need to worry if you see results that look a little unpleasant like these. Okay? So these are the two voltages. And now the question is to find the power dissipated in the 5 kilo ohm resistor. We have a few options. We can either multiply the voltage by the current, multiply the square of the current by the resistance, or divide the square of the voltage by the resistance. I'm going to go for the last option in calculating the power because we have the two voltages over here, so we don't have to take an extra step to find the current. V1 minus V2 all squared over 5. So that's V squared over R, basically. Substituting the values, we get 1.555 milliwatts. So this is the power dissipated by the 5 kilo ohm resistor in the circuit. Now here's the challenge question I promised. Can you resolve this circuit using mesh analysis instead of nodal analysis? The first person to comment the values of the mesh currents will get the shout out in the next circuit analysis video. Not the power, we've already solved it, but the mesh currents. Okay? I'll see you then.